Remember words by reading essays. Secrets of Driftwood Bay.
Welcome, everyone. Today, we will be exploring a fascinating piece called Secrets of Driftwood Bay. This story immerses us in a mystery set in a small coastal town. We will listen to the full text first to get a general understanding of the narrative.
Detective Mara arrived in Driftwood Bay, a sleepy coastal town, knowing that the recent surge of mysterious disappearances would rob her of any sense of calm. The townsfolk were wary and secretive, but Mara's presence kept the rising tension in Bay. Locals would often toss out cryptic warnings about the cliffs and old lighthouse. Yet Mara found herself intrigued by their hushed stories. The lighthouse, with its eerie glow of the dark waters, mesmerized her. She could almost sense the secrets hidden inside. Negotiations with the town council were difficult. They refused to budge on allowing her full access to restricted areas, leaving her investigation in a stalemate. Every sudden phone call or late-night noise kept Mara on her toes, and unexpected clues often caught her off guard, leaving her gobsmacked at the audacity of the crimes. Meanwhile, shady local businesses had enmeshed many townspeople in heavy debt through predatory lending. Online forums reviled the perpetrators, but Mara remained focused. She devoured police reports, witness statements, and every scrap of evidence, determined to uncover the truth. The long delays and dead and sometimes left her in limbo, but Mara dealt with each obstacle suavely, keeping her team motivated. The mellow sunset over Driftwood Bay offered a strange comfort after exhausting days of investigation. Even when public pressure threatened to dishearten her, Mara's determination never wavered. False leads could easily roil the investigation. An endless litany of paperwork often irked her assistants. Finally, during a tense town festival full of fanfare, Mara exposed the criminal ring behind the disappearances. One suspect's careless remark rankled the town council, but Mara remained composed. Her work was lionized in national news, turning Driftwood Bay from a forgotten town into a story of bravery and resilience. As the tide lapped the shore that evening, Mara watched the lighthouse beam sweeping across the waves, letting its beauty mesmerize her one last time, grateful that every challenge had been worth it.
Now, let's listen to the story again. But this time we'll focus on key vocabulary and phrases. I'll explain some expressions and words that are essential to understanding the deeper meaning of the text. Please feel free to ask questions if something is unclear.
Detective Mara arrived in Driftwood Bay, a sleepy coastal town, knowing that the recent surge of mysterious disappearances would rob her of any sense of calm. The townsfolk were wary and secretive, but Mara's presence kept the rising tension in Bay.
The phrase kept in bay means to prevent something from getting worse or escalating. In this context, it suggests that Detective Mara's presence helped maintain control over the growing tension in Driftwood Bay.
So, it's like she kept the situation under control.
Exactly. She stopped things from getting out of hand.
Could it be used for situations other than tension?
Yes. It can be used for various situations, like keeping emotions or even problems from getting out of control.
Locals would often toss out cryptic warnings about the cliffs and old lighthouse.
The phrase toss out in this context means to casually or carelessly say something, often without giving it much thought. Here, the locals are throwing out cryptic warnings without explaining them fully.
So, it's like they're saying something without really giving details.
Exactly. They're sharing vague warnings without elaborating on them.
Can toss out also mean to discard something?
Yes. That's another meaning. It can also mean to throw something away, like tossing out trash.
Yet Mara found herself intrigued by their hush stories.
The word intrigued means to be very interested or curious about something, often because it's mysterious or unusual. In the text, Mara is intrigued by the locals' cryptic stories, which draws her deeper into the mystery.
So, she's curious about the stories because they seem strange.
Exactly. The strange and secretive nature of the stories makes her want to know more.
Can it be used for things other than stories?
Yes. You can be intrigued by anything that catches your attention or sparks curiosity, like a new idea or a mystery.
The lighthouse, with its eerie glow over the dark waters, mesmerized her.
The word mesmerized means to be completely fascinated or captivated by something, almost as if you're in a trance. In the text, Mara is mesmerized by the lighthouse's eerie glow over the dark waters.
So, she's so interested in it that she can't look away.
Exactly. The lighthouse's glow is so captivating that it holds her attention completely.
Can it also mean being hypnotized?
Yes, that's a similar idea. When you're mesmerized, it's like you're drawn in so deeply that you're not focused on anything else.
She could almost sense the secrets hidden inside. Negotiations with the town council were difficult. They refused to budge on allowing her full access to restricted areas, leaving her investigation in a stalemate.
The word budge means to move or change, especially in response to pressure. In the text, the town council refuses to budge, meaning they won't change their decision or allow Mara access to certain areas.
So, they didn't want to change their minds.
Exactly. They were stubborn and didn't want to make any adjustments.
Can budge be used for other things? Like emotions.
Yes, it can. For example, you could say someone won't budge on their opinion, meaning they won't change how they feel about something.
Every sudden phone call or late-night noise kept Mara on her toes.
The phrase kept Mara on her toes means to keep her alert and ready for anything, often because of unexpected events. In the text, it suggests that the sudden phone calls and noises made Mara stay vigilant and prepared.
So, it's like she had to stay alert all the time.
Exactly. She had to be ready for any surprises or challenges that might come up.
Can it also mean being busy or active?
Yes, it can. If someone is kept on their toes, they're often busy or have a lot to deal with, making them stay focused.
And unexpected clues often caught her off guard.
The phrase caught her off guard means something surprised or shocked her because she wasn't expecting it. In the text, unexpected clues would often catch Mara off guard, meaning they surprised her.
So, it's like she wasn't prepared for these clues.
Exactly. She didn't see them coming, so they surprised her.
Can we use it for things other than clues?
Yes, you can. It's used whenever something happens unexpectedly, like a surprise or sudden event.
Leaving her gobsmacked at the audacity of the crimes.
The word gobsmacked means to be extremely surprised or shocked. In the text, Mara is gobsmacked by the audacity of the crimes, meaning she's shocked by how bold or outrageous they are.
So, she was really surprised by what happened.
Yes, exactly. It's a strong way of saying someone is very surprised or stunned.
Can it be used in everyday situations?
Definitely. You can use gobsmacked whenever something completely shocks you, like hearing unexpected news.
Meanwhile, shady local businesses had enmeshed many townspeople in heavy debt through predatory lending.
The word enmeshed means being involved in something so deeply that it's hard to escape or get out of. In the text, the locals are enmeshed in debt because the businesses have trapped them through predatory lending.
So, they're stuck in the debt and can't easily get out.
Exactly. It's like being tangled up in a situation with no easy way out.
Can enmeshed be used for other things? Like relationships.
Yes, it can. You can say someone is enmeshed in a relationship, meaning they're deeply involved or entangled in it, often in a way that's hard to break free from.
Online forums reviled the perpetrators, but Mara remained focused.
The word reviled means to be hated or strongly criticized. In the text, the online forums revile the shady businesses, meaning people on the forums are speaking out against them with strong dislike.
So, people really dislike those businesses.
Exactly. The businesses are being strongly condemned or hated by the people online.
Can reviled be used for other things? Like people.
Yes, it can. If someone is reviled, it means they are hated or despised by others, often because of their actions.
She devoured police reports, witness statements, and every scrap of evidence, determined to uncover the truth.
The word devoured means to read, look at, or consume something eagerly and quickly. In the text, Mara devours police reports and witness statements, meaning she reads them with great focus and speed.
So, she's reading everything really fast because she's so focused.
Exactly. She's consuming the information as quickly as possible to get all the details.
Can devoured also be used for food?
Yes, it can. You can use devoured when talking about eating something quickly and hungrily. Like, he devoured his meal.
The long delays and dead, and sometimes left her in limbo.
The phrase, left her in limbo, means being in an uncertain or unclear situation, where you're stuck and not able to move forward. In the text, Mara is left in limbo because of delays and dead ends in her investigation.
So, she didn't know what to do next because things weren't clear.
Exactly. She was in a state of uncertainty, unsure of how to proceed.
Can limbo be used for other situations?
Yes, it can. You can use it whenever someone is in a position of uncertainty, like waiting for a decision or being in a tough situation with no clear solution.
But Mara dealt with each obstacle suavely, keeping her team motivated.
The word suavely means in a smooth, calm, and charming manner, often with grace or sophistication. In the text, Mara handles the obstacles suavely, meaning she deals with them smoothly and with control.
So, she stays calm and composed even when things are difficult.
Exactly. She doesn't let the challenges throw her off balance.
Can suavely also mean being polite?
Yes, it can. Being suave often includes being polite and charming, especially in tricky situations.
The mellow sunset over Driftwood Bay offered a strange comfort after exhausting days of investigation.
The word mellow describes something that is calm, gentle, and soothing. In the text, the mellow sunset over Driftwood Bay offers Mara comfort, meaning the sunset is peaceful and relaxing.
So, it's like the sunset made her feel calm and at ease.
Exactly. The mellow sunset helped her feel more relaxed after a long day.
Can mellow be used for other things? Like people.
Yes, it can. If a person is described as mellow, it means they are calm and easygoing, not easily upset.
Even when public pressure threatened to dishearten her, Mara's determination never wavered.
The word dishearten means to make someone lose hope or feel discouraged. In the text, public pressure threatens to dishearten Mara, meaning it could make her feel less motivated or give up.
So, the pressure made her feel like quitting.
Exactly. It made her feel discouraged. But she didn't give up.
Can you use dishearten for other things? Like events.
Yes, you can. For example, a setback or bad news can dishearten someone, making them feel less hopeful.
False leads could easily roil the investigation.
The word roil means to stir up or disturb, often causing confusion or turmoil. In the text, false leads can roil the investigation, meaning they can upset or complicate the process.
So, false leads make the investigation more difficult and messy.
Exactly. They cause confusion and make things harder to figure out.
Can royal be used for emotions? Like feelings.
Yes, it can. You could say something roils someone's emotions, meaning it stirs up feelings like anger or frustration.
An endless litany of paperwork.
The word litany refers to a long, repetitive list or series of things, often negative. In the text, the endless litany of paperwork suggests there's a continuous and tiring amount of work.
So, it's like there's a lot of paperwork to go through.
Exactly. It's overwhelming because it seems never-ending.
Can litany be used for other things? Like complaints.
Yes, it can. You could say someone has a litany of complaints, meaning they have many complaints, often repeated.
Often irked her assistants.
The word irked means to be irritated or annoyed. In the text, Mara's assistants are irked by the endless paperwork, meaning the paperwork is making them frustrated.
So, they're bothered by all the work they have to do.
Exactly. It's making them upset and frustrated.
Can irked be used for other things? Like situations.
Yes. You can say a situation irks you, meaning it annoys or bothers you.
Finally, during a tense town festival full of fanfare, Mara exposed a criminal ring behind the disappearances.
The word fanfare refers to a lot of excitement, attention, or celebration, often with music or announcements. In the text, the town festival full of fanfare suggests a big event with lots of noise and attention.
So, it's a big celebration with lots of excitement.
Exactly. It's a loud and festive event meant to draw attention.
Can fanfare be used for things other than festivals?
Yes. You can use it for any event or announcement that's full of excitement, like a grand opening or a special occasion.
One suspect's careless remark rankled the town council, but Mara remained composed.
The word rankled means to cause someone to feel anger or irritation, often because of something unfair or upsetting. In the text, a suspect's careless remark rankled the town council, meaning it made them angry.
So, the remark upset the town council.
Exactly. It made them feel irritated and upset.
Can rankle be used for small things? Or does it always have to be big?
It can be used for both. It's about something that bothers you, no matter the size of the issue.
Her work was lionized in national news, turning Driftwood Bay from forgotten town into a story of bravery and resilience.
The word lionized means to treat someone as very important or admirable, almost like a hero. In the text, Mara's work is lionized in the national news, meaning she is praised and celebrated for her success.
So, people treated her like a hero after she solved the case.
Exactly. She was given a lot of attention and admiration for her work.
Can lionized be used for other people? Like celebrities?
Yes, it can. Celebrities or anyone who is highly praised can be lionized, meaning they are treated with great respect and attention.
As the tide lapped the shore that evening, Mara watched the lighthouse beam sweeping across the waves, letting its beauty mesmerize her one last time, grateful that every challenge had been worth it.
Let's listen to the entire story once more. As we go through it, think about how the new vocabulary and phrases enhance the storytelling. Pay attention to how these words and expressions contribute to the overall atmosphere of the town and the investigation.
Detective Mara arrived in Driftwood Bay, a sleepy coastal town, knowing that the recent surge of mysterious disappearances would rob her of any sense of calm. The townsfolk were wary and secretive, but Mara's presence kept the rising tension in bay. Locals would often toss out cryptic warnings about the cliffs and old lighthouse. Yet Mara found herself intrigued by their hushed stories. The lighthouse, with its eerie glow of the dark waters, mesmerized her. She could almost sense the secrets hidden inside. Negotiations with the town council were difficult. They refused to budge on allowing her full access to restricted areas, leaving her investigation in a stalemate. Every sudden phone call or late-night noise kept Mara on her toes, and unexpected clues often caught her off guard, leaving her gobsmacked at the audacity of the crimes. Meanwhile, shady local businesses had enmeshed many townspeople in heavy debt through predatory lending. Online forums reviled the perpetrators, but Mara remained focused. She devoured police reports, witness statements, and every scrap of evidence, determined to uncover the truth. The long delays and dead and sometimes left her in limbo, but Mara dealt with each obstacle suavely, keeping her team motivated. The mellow sunset over Driftwood Bay offered a strange comfort after exhausting days of investigation. Even when public pressure threatened to dishearten her, Mara's determination never wavered. False leads could easily roil the investigation. An endless litany of paperwork often irked her assistants. Finally, during a tense town festival full of fanfare, Mara exposed the criminal ring behind the disappearances. One suspect's careless remark rankled the town council, but Mara remained composed. Her work was lionized in national news, turning Driftwood Bay from forgotten town into a story of bravery and resilience. As the tide lapped the shore that evening, Mara watched the lighthouse beam sweeping across the waves, letting its beauty mesmerize her one last time, grateful that every challenge had been worth it.
That brings us to the end of our lesson on secrets of Driftwood Bay. I hope you now have a deeper understanding of the vocabulary and phrases used in the story. Thank you for your participation, and I look forward to our next lesson together.